All right, so these are the first couple of videos. I think we need some extra help on, you know, how to use Autodesk, AutoCAD. So I'm in AutoCAD, right? I want to do this flywheel. I want to do a new, right? ACAD, right? ACAD DWT. If you have all these, any open up any of these other ones, there's going to be pre-formatted stuff which isn't going to work with the specific stuff we're doing. All these have a different use, but should be the default. Don't do 3D, just regular ACAD.dwt file. All right, it's open up here, right? This is the one that has the formatting we need. So if I start typing line, I'm in dynamic input. It's okay for now, but I can't do the commands for exercise one with dynamic input on. So I'm pressing F12 right now, and it's going to go down to the command line underneath. The first one is 1, comma 2. That's my first point. See how there's a line? It's kind of, I chose line and it knows I want a line, but I'm not freehanding the line, right? All it did was write a point down, and I could just keep going or I could hit undo. So then I got 3, comma 2, 3, comma 4, 1, comma 4, 1, comma 2. I'm hitting enter after each one. Now I can hit C to close, or I can enter, and then that figure's closed. I could always hit escape, right, and it'll cancel me out of anything. The next one they want, so this is absolute, just like here's your XY axis. These are absolute points on this grid. They gave us absolute to each other. Now this one's relative. We have a starting point, and then we relatively go to the next one on our axis XY. So just like geometry or whatever class you've solved for equations, maybe algebra, you know, right is positive, left is negative, up is positive, down is negative, x-axis comes first, then the y coordinate. So we're going to drop a new starting coordinate, which is 4.5. Nothing will happen because I didn't press line yet. Now that I did type line, it's telling me to specify the point. I'm already in the command line, so I can do my next point, which is 4.5, comma 2. Same thing. It starts at that point. The line pops up. Don't worry about it. It's not doing anything yet. Then I find my relative. This does the at, like your email, at 2, which means 2 units from the x and 0 units in the y. So 2 over 0 up, right? And then at 0, comma 2, because we're going 0 to the right and 2 up. And then we're at -2, comma 0, because we're going 2 to the left and 0 up. And then to finish, we're going at 0, comma -2. All right, once again, I hit enter again. Now I have two different squares, but they were made in two different ways, one with absolute coordinates and one with relative. Now we're doing polar. So once again, I hit line. Now these are like the angle ones. So my starting point, 8, comma 2. And then I have at, so I obviously had to undo because I wanted to write at 1 is, forgot to hold down the shift to get 1 is greater than 45. The next one is at 1 is greater than 135. Next one at 1 is 325, 315, and then enter again to close, right? So what we did was draw a line 1 unit long at 45 degrees, then another uh, at 135 degrees, and so on. So the first number indicates the length. We did 1 unit for this one. That's why it's smaller than the other ones, because it's 1 unit. If we redid it with an absolute point, we could make it 2, and it would be twice as big, right? Now we're going to do circles. So we're going to hit circle from our command. Just like we said, we got our dynamic inputs and stuff. Now they want 2 things in a row. Center point for a circle. So what do they want? 7.6, 7,6, with a radius of 0.75. So I guess 1.5. In the directions they say a radius of 0.75. So the radius is double the diameter. So I did 1.5, but I don't think that's what they wanted. The picture doesn't say that. All right, I got escape. Circle. F12, I'm in my command line. I have my starting coordinate, 7.6. And then they have my